I'm on a slow start to this countdown to Valentine's Day, but we're going to get caught up, I promise. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and I'm still nursing the ribs and still trying to get other stuff accomplished. So what I wanted to do today, and I had a longer video set, and it was too long for my bandwidth. So I came back in, I'm going to show you what I did in that other video, and then we're going to talk about the inclusion pages for my signatures. And where we're going to go from here on Monday. So I have completed my cover, and I seamed it so I've got a little bit of give. I also found this ribbon in my stash, and I liked it because while it was in my Christmas stuff, it has a little bit of lacy look to it. I'm going to hold that up. You see that lace pattern on there? So what I did was I figured out my half length. I just wanted enough room to tie. I ran it across here, and then I put in a piece of the paper from the lining in the spine area to secure that. And then I'm coming back in and I'm gluing in the boards that I covered with that newsprint paper, and it's going to go right here. So let's glue this in first really quick, and I can get it clipped and get it drying. The sooner I can get stuff going here, the better off I'm going to be. So I'm going to go here. I have been really busy trying to get stuff set up for my writing. I have a book I want to have finished and releasing the end of May. And so I really need to focus on that. But in a little bit, I'm going to tell you about something else I have coming up that I think is really exciting. So I want to make sure that my ribbon is flat. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to glue this down. Try and center it on that side. Now, while it's there, I've got a little bit of wriggle room. I can pull that tight. And then I'm going to come back with my clips. I have been hunting Dollar Trees for more of these. I'd like to have a couple more rings worth. They went from being in the long package to being in a ring. Excuse me. And they changed the price. Go figure. Now, I'm going to see if I can snag a couple more clips here that I can use. So I can put this one here, and I won't have one there, but what I'm going to do, so that one will secure, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip this down and let that hold. And then see, now I have my ties on the outside to tie my journal closed. So we're going to set this aside. And for the rest of this video, we're going to focus on my pages. Now, the pages need to be 7 3/4 by 6 and then able to fold in half. Now, there are a couple here that I did wider, 8, 9, 10, I did them 11 3/4 so I could fold in 2 inches to make either a tuck spot or a flip out. So I have those, and I have 2 of these that are a little shorter, and then one that's wider. So we have those, and I'm going to lay these like this, and then there's the other one for that. Another short one and another long one because I made use of the cut-off pieces. Then I have these, and these are from this large print word search for Valentine's Day. It looks like Valentine's Day on the outside, but trust me, there's stuff on the inside that has nothing to do with Valentine's Day. The cover has more to do with Valentine's Day than the word searches. But I pulled a couple of those out, and I folded those. This one's plain. This one, I thought I had one with pocket flips. Maybe not. Okay, then I had some of that tissue paper that kind of reminds me of wedding, and I thought that was pretty. And this is the other layer for that one. Because there was a plain layer over top of each one of those. So I'm going to lay those like that. Then I have some envelopes, and I trimmed them so they'd fit. And I haven't decided if I'm going to leave this so that it's a flip up, and then I would trim it right there, or if I'm going to seal the envelope. We'll talk about that. Then I have this wider silverware bag, flatware bag from a restaurant. And then I have this paper bag that I had those envelopes in, and I thought, why not? Let's just put them to use. So I have those. And then these are 2 pieces. This is a piece from excuse me, a Stampin' Up. This is from Stampin' Up, and I don't have the name of that with me, but it was from like 2012. And it's a heavier vellum. And so I cut it, and because it was heavier, I could turn it into a pocket on that page. So I think what I want to do, these kind of go with that. These kind of go with this. And there's only one signature, and we need 16 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. Works perfectly. And I think I want to put this on the inside. So let's do this. And let's put a piece of the pink and one of our little pockets and a piece of our, like this. Now I'm going to have to come back and put this together later because I'm going to need my clips that are on the cover. So let's put a piece of this and a piece of the word search. And I want to do, because this is going to have a couple of tucks. No, let's cover that one entirely. No, I want to do this one. I'm very decisive, can you tell? And then I want to come back with another piece of the pink. Now keep in mind, I am not doing the exact pattern, the exact items that Tracie is using for hers, and that's fine. Take a project and make it your own. So there's that other word search. And that piece of white. This piece. And we might not use that other plain one. Put this one here. And I'll finagle these and make them a little more straight when I get ready to put them in the book, because I'm also going to need to test and make sure. I want this to be on the inside-outside pocket. No, let's do this, yeah. And I have more of the pink paper if I decide I want to swap something out and add a little more color. I have an entire ream of this pink copy paper. And then, no, let's take the pink off. So I do like that with that, but most of it's going to get covered when we collage. So let's do this with the, yep. Let's move this one off. I have this piece of pink, and it's too wide, right? Nope, it'll work. Let's put this one in here. Let's put another pink in here, like that. Put this plastic bag in here. This pink, and then this one, so we've got the flip up. No, put that one on the outside. I'll put that one on the outside. Do this, because I wanted a pink on that inside. And now we'll tap everything into place. I can always come back and trim, but I'm looking at this, and this looks longer than 6 inches. Nope, it's going to be right at. It's going to be close. So that's going to be our signature for this. Let me grab a clip. I am still recovering from these ribs. I still have trouble breathing sometimes. We had to go pay bills yesterday, and yeah, in and out of the car was not helpful, but it had to be done. So I'm a little sore today, and I'm supposed to work on my book all day today, so we're going to see how this works. Now, so there's my signature. We have the cover. And one thing I like about the Tombow glue is it should seal pretty fast. Just want to make sure that is sealing down. So I'm going to tuck this inside. And I'm going to take this clip out. Ooh, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to turn it this way. And I want to put this on here and let it suction everything down. And then I will set this aside and let it dry. while we talk about what I'm doing for the rest of this. Okay, so technically the journal part is done. Okay, and I'm going to set that right there. Okay, so next I have all these bits and pieces that I have pulled. We have the papers that we talked about before. And what I'm doing is I'm just going through and I'm trying to pick 5 things. So, laces and trims, Valentine ephemera bits and bobs, that's 2. Scraps is 3. So I have all these scrap pieces. Oh, I wanted to put a doily in that signature. I will do that. I'll come back and do that before I sew everything in. I want to put a doily in there. And these are from Stampin' Up's winter catalog. So I have all the scraps to work with, so that's number 3. And scraps that hit the floor. That's one of our ephemera pieces that we've already done. Don't need 2 packets of those. I don't need more envelopes, so I'm going to set those aside for now. I'm looking here, and I'm using this one. These I will use, and they're going to be part of the ephemera kit. There. That's going to be... And then we have the paper pad. That's number 4. Actually, I'm probably going to use 6. These are more... If I can get them. These are more ephemera pieces. So Tim Holtz is going to be number 5. And then Washi is number 6. And that's going to be my kit for this. And what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get the bed made today, I'm going to go in and I'm going to lay all these things out. And then I'm going to pick something from each pile and put it in a bag. Or a box or something that's contained, and then whatever day I pick up, that's what I'm going to use until I have all 14 pieces. Now, I do have Valentine things here to use for charms because that's separate holidays. This is what I want. I also have jewelry pieces, and I have these pieces that were my mom's and these pink pearls. I have pink bows. These were left over from my jewelry box where I took it apart and got rid of things out of my jewelry box that I don't use. But then I also have pieces in here. Those are all St. Patrick's. I've got these little hearts. Nope, those are shamrocks. Everything in here seems to be shamrocks for holiday. Where is my Valentine's stuff? Dangles, beads, 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 faucets. Halloween. I have stuff here on my table I need to put away. That would be helpful. I don't see anything else that's Valentine, and I thought I had some. But there's enough in that to use. So this is how I'm going to throw my kit together. We will be back here on Monday to show you what I've accumulated, and we are going to have days 1 through 7, probably, because I won't have anything done for Sunday. So we'll have day 1 through Sunday on Monday, and then we'll do 8 through 14 on Friday, and that'll take care of this. So Tuesday we'll probably do the dangle. No, because it's Tag Tuesday, so we'll be doing one of the tag inserts for that. So I will be back here Monday for a collection, Tuesday for a tag, and then Friday for the dangle and the flip through. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Please remember, like, share, subscribe, and creative blessings.